Massive. Stay tuned. Greetings and salutations, Massive and Robinson, all the way in Switzerland. And you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio. And you're listening to the African Diary Show with this. And Robinson, all the way in Switzerland, and you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show with Cathy. Massive.
Open. Wow. I know go like your body place. Money let it down. When I come through, I go tell my guys, them I know they come soon. What I miss you, take my life too. When you get, but now you I want to. If you bring on my laptop, party two, party one, party two, power. I'm going to put you and change your laptop. Open it like a laptop, open and close like a laptop. Nico.
All the way in Switzerland, and you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show with Cathy.
Yes, wagwanga, my people. How are you doing? Karibuni sana, and welcome back to the African Diary Show. I hope you're well. I hope this beautiful Wednesday morning it is finding you at great health and peace as well. Karibuni sana once again. Do remember this is the African Diary Show, and when you hear about the African Diary Show, you definitely know what we are about to discuss, or rather, whatever we are about to talk right here is all about the African people, the African continent, and also the black people. Karibuni sana once again. I hope you're well. Kindly get to interact with me. Do remember, we are live and interactive on our media handles. We are on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere at Black Hot Fire Network. We also have a WhatsApp active group, or rather we have our WhatsApp active number, so you can just also DM us, or rather PC us, just slide into our inbox pale hivyo on WhatsApp and get to interact with us. Our number is +254705428388, +254705428388. Kindly get to interact with us. Do let us know how you're doing. Do let us know what are the matters you'd love us to discuss, and also what are the shows you always expect. But anyway, to all those who are with me on the radio station, karibuni tena sana. To all those who are joining us via Rumble, karibuni tena sana. To all those who are with me on TikTok, and also to all those who are with me on Facebook and YouTube, karibuni sana. Kindly remember to keep it interactive. But we started off our show with an amazing banger done by Ricardo Banks, and the jam is Aurora. This is kids' favorite, but I hope wherever he is, he got to jam onto it in case he is with us right here in the building. And to all those who are joining us, kindly smash the like button as we get in. But before we go back to the conversation of the day, or rather before we get started officially with our show, we shall get back to one more jam, and then I'll be back with a quote of the day, an African proverb of the day. And today I'm doing a little bit funny quote of the day, but anyway, it is all about African proverbs, and I normalize giving quotes of African proverbs because sometimes they really proverbs that you need to answer, or rather they are really proverbs that are so rhetorical and you need to answer to be answerable on what they are saying. But anyway, proverbs teach us a lesson. Proverbs are supposed to teach you a lesson. So in case you have a quote of the day, you have a proverb of the day you'd love to share with us, kindly feel free and kind and generous enough to be sharing your quote of the day with us. Otherwise, we're going back to the music. One more jump. Be back here with the quote of the day. And in case you're joining us there for the first time, remember to keep on interacting with us, and also kindly do consider to subscribe our channel. But anyway, I'm going back. This is Adekunle Gold, and the jam is it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean.
Greetings and salutations, Master and Robinson, all the way in Switzerland. And you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio. And you're listening to the African Diary Show with Cathy. That's it. People ain't know they feed you. Always the first to talk about you. Look at the irony. Shame you for public on the baby for side. Don't get it twisted. I know they kiss fancy, that shit is not healthy. Keeping my distance. Some people are worse than pandemic.
If we could cook my face, that's
If you know me money,
then I'll disturb me, please. If it could cost my peace, that's some expensive shit. So
if you know me money,
do not disturb me, please. Yes, that is Adekunle Gold. It is what it is, and the jam is really jamming. If it's gonna cost my peace, then I might take my leave because or rather, I don't believe there's something that is supposed to take my peace. But our quote of the day, or rather our African quote of the day says, a proverb of the day says that the heart is like a goat that has to be tied up. The heart is like a goat that has to be tied up. And this simply means that people are not easily satisfied. They want lots of things. Some people hearts seem to want everything. By the way, some people hearts seem to want everything. If you tell me, does your heart want everything?
money no they bring happiness. Now when I get money, I realize. But I know be hypocrite. I dey pray make you get your own too. Say bad times will never last. And let me know my last you. Life comes back to so fast. The Black Hot Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show with Cathy. You hate your life and that's it. No energy for nobody.
Yes, welcome back. That is Adekunle Golda, the jam. It is what it is. I hope you did get to jam onto it as we're getting started with our show for today. But I see Ansan Kenwan in the building. Unasema, what's up, Katie? What's up to you too, Ansan Kenwan? How are you doing? Karibu sana. And to all those who are joining us, Karibuni sana. Feel free to interact with me. And also, I see Ansan Kenwan is saying the strength of the wolf is in the pack. Is in the pack. The strength of a pack is in the wolf. African proverb. I totally agree with you. I relate with that proverb, and it simply means that now your strength is it depends on where you live, or rather. But anyway, I totally get you. I hope everybody is relating to that African proverb. And asante sana Ansankenwana for giving us your quote of the day, or rather an African proverb of the day. But as we get started, it was yesterday, or the day before yesterday, we had Museveni, or rather Museveni, not Museveni, Barack Obama giving his thought about Museveni's bill about the anti-gay, or the anti-gay people in his country. And it was the anti-gay bill in his country that was passed and put into law. So what happened is Museveni has come out. You remember Obama was acting all up and also saying that he is very pissed because Museveni said no to LGBTQ in their country. So he responded, or rather Museveni has come out and responded to Barack Obama. And remember, we also talked about this, and we were asking ourselves, who cares about what Obama feels? Because who is he to dictate on how we should live in our countries? And he is not even African. But anyway, yes, I have a video of Museveni talking back to Obama and other European powers that considered his gay bill, or rather his anti-gay bill, wrong. But I see K. Williams Karibu Sana. And also after that, I shall be showing you the secret reasons why the world depends on Africa. Because we as Africans, we seem not to get that. Because, look at what is happening in Botswana, because that will be our main focus. Look at what is happening in Botswana. Botswana has signed a new giant diamond deal with the bears. I think I'll have to edit my topic. I didn't realize it was wrongly written, but let me just edit that as we continue with our show for today. But what I'm saying is, it is just crazy. It is just crazy. We don't seem to know our worth. And I've been saying that Africans, we need to realize our worth, and we just work on it, because we are acting like stupid people. We are acting like we don't know what we have in our countries, and we don't know that these other continents can't survive with us. It is just crazy. Like right now, we are talking about Botswana. Botswana is signing a diamond deal with the De Beers, of which we know the De Beers is not an African country. Sorry, it's not an African company. It is just crazy. Africans, we should, and we are supposed to discover what we are worth. We are supposed to know that these people want us because we are worth something, and now stop giving our resources to the Europeans, because this is just like giving our resources off to them, like for free. We're just handing them over to them and telling them, just take this. We give you this for free. Imagine diamond. Diamond is a rare mineral in the European countries. They don't have that. And this is why they are always in Africa, because they really want that. You know, it is just crazy. It is very crazy with Africans. We don't realize our worth, and that's why we keep on going wrong. That's why the Europeans keep on taking advantage of us. Look at us right now handling minerals that are worth so many things, that are worth so many developments in our country, but we just give them out to the Europeans and tell them, you know, you can have this. But anyway, I was just highlighting on what we shall be talking about today. So let me head to the first video real quick before wasting time, or rather before time gets to run out on us. But as we continue, kindly care to interact with me and do let me know what you feel about this, because I'm very angry with Africans giving out their resources like this for free. We know we have fuel in Africa, but right now we are buying fuel very expensive than even the Europeans. Remember, these people, they come to our African countries, steal the fuel we have, then they go and do business with it in their countries, but with the producers, with the owners, buy fuel very expensive from them, actually, because they come, they own the mining site, or rather the fuel sites, and they start refining that fuel. They start selling it back to you. Remember, this fuel was yours, but they are selling it to you. It is just crazy. It is very crazy. But karibu sana kid, I see you in the building. And yes, so we shall head direct to the first video I told you I will be sharing with you. And this is about Museveni responding to what the European powers are saying. And he said he doesn't care. He also told them, I don't care about what you feel. I am doing what is right. But at the end of the day, remember, Museveni is a puppet. We know this, but yesterday I was saying maybe he did this, the LGBTQ bill, or rather the anti-gay bill, just from his heart, because he hates this, or rather he grew up in a place that this was hated. But at the end of the day, because we have seen him more as a traitor than our person, than a Pan-Africanist. You know, so I can say he is doing this for the Ugandans. But anyway, I just don't want to judge why he did this, because we've seen him as a puppet for the longest time. But for once, he did something that was right, and he's standing still with that. So I'm just wondering what came into him and the thought he must do something that is really right. But anyway, let's get to this video as started our show for possessions we are having right here. Do let me know what you think about Museveni and saying no to the Europeans and telling them, actually, I don't care about what you feel. This is my country. We will do what we want, and we shall rule the country how we want. This is the video. Get to interact.
That Africa should not tempt the greedy people to come and colonize us by being weak. When you are weak, you tempt the greedy. And it is your fault to be weak. Why are you weak? Why do you allow yourself to be weak? The other time when I addressed the South African Parliament, I gave the example. I said, suppose I drunk with alcohol and I sleep by the roadside. Somebody comes and takes my money from my pocket. Whom do you blame? Of course, you can blame the thief, for not being Christian enough.
Oh,
Not take
Museveni.
advantage of a drunk man. But the primary responsibility is that I am the one to blame. Why did I make myself so vulnerable? So that's the first point I wanted to make, but in the speech I elaborated. Now, again, in the Christian Bible, in the book of Isaiah,
It's bad. I don't care. I always. I don't care. He told them, I don't care. I'm not even buying the fear you're. I'd beg to correct this brother. I'm sorry about this. Oh my god. I don't know what we shall be doing about this video sharing, because StreamYard is always misbehaving, but I'm sorry about that. Let's just get to discuss something else, because, or rather, we just discuss without the video. I'll share the video on the WhatsApp chat, but I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize we had no sound. Asante sana for letting me know, K Williams. But as we continue, what I was trying to show is Museveni saying no to the Europeans, and like, the Europeans are not expecting this. They know no African can oppose them. No African can actually say no to them. But right now we have this strong puppet. Let's just call him strong puppet, because at the end of the day, we know he's not a true leader. He is just a puppet. But this time he is opposing the Europeans. For the first time, actually. For once, he is opposing the Europeans. And he has actually, like, he made a speech for 10 minutes insulting the Europeans. But the worst part is that he's using tribalism and also religion to, like, insult them. But at the same time, it is not in a good way. This doesn't come out as a good thing, because he is talking about the Bible. He is now linking the Bible, the story of Africans, with the Bible, the Ugandans, but it doesn't sound right. But anyway, what he did was brave and fearless. But at the end of the day, this past, you shouldn't be blinded by this. The Ugandans, I think I should be addressing the Akina Maria, because They shouldn't be blinded by this and think that Museveni is a good leader, because we've seen all his life. What has he been doing? Working for the Europeans, but this time he has come out with the one thing that is opposing the Europeans, that is going to bring consequences even to other African countries. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that yes, he did something that is right for the Africans, but at the end of the day, we should not consider him as a good person. Remember, he once collaborated, he worked with the Europeans, so he is not still a good leader, and this shouldn't be convincing the Ugandans that he is a good leader. And by even going to the camera and telling them, we are not afraid of what you say, but yes, we shall continue being us. But as we continue, I see Kid, you saying exactly 100% Katie, award millions. And also I see K. Williams is saying that is crazy, living on the richest continent and that the people are poor, pure madness. Yes, people are very poor in Africa, but we are in places where gold comes from. We are in lands that a diamond come from. We have oil in our lands, but we still live poorly. It doesn't make sense at all. While the Europeans are living lavishly and very rich, and they don't produce any of that shit, any of that mineral. It is just crazy with Africans, and also allowing the Europeans to conquer them, to take over their land and their resources just like that. But as we continue, I see you saying, okay, Williams is saying he talked all that stuff, guy. Stop watching him back down like the rest of them. Very true, very true, very true. And also you're letting me know now there's no sound. Okay, I changed that. And Anson Kenon, you're saying, hey, K. Williams, that was away from earbuds. Okay, and K. Williams is saying, do not believe him. They are no good. Very true. Very true. Do not believe him. You shouldn't be fooled by the fact that he came and said, yes, we know you want this, and we don't want this homosexuality thing in our country. So we are saying no to homosexuality. But anyway, you should not sound still. I think General Mosquito, you're wrong. Let me just find out real quick. I think you are wrong, because I think people can hear me very clearly. Let me just find out. I have sound, General Mosquito. Yes, I have sound. I'm sorry about that, family. We were talking about now Ugandans and getting fooled by Museveni, but it is just a crazy thing. And I really wanted to share a video of a video behind, or rather the secret reasons why the world depends on Africa. I really wanted to share this video, but since now the StreamYard is misbehaving, I don't think that I'll be able to share this. But yes, we have secrets, or rather we have reasons why, and they keep them very secret from us so that we wouldn't know that these people depend on Africa, depend on us fully. But we have secret reasons why the world depends on Africa. And what are these reasons for a fact? What are these reasons? We know Africa is very blessed. Africa has everything in terms of mineral, arable lands. We have arable lands everywhere in Africa. Let's talk about Tanzania. Let's talk about Kenya. We have good weather. Africa is diverse. We have so many cultures that makes us unique. And the reason that they depend on us is because we are able to farm, because we have arable lands that they don't have in their countries. We have every mineral that they don't have in their countries. And the reason you see they can't leave Africa, it's because they depend on Africa. But Africans, we don't see this. We're too blind to realize that these people fully depend on Africa. We're too blinded to see that the Europeans can't get away from us, or rather can't leave us alone because of what we are worth. I keep on telling Africans, or rather I keep on saying this on my show. We don't realize what we have. We don't realize how we are worth a lot. We don't realize our worth. We just wake up and it's a normal day in Africa. It's just, we're just being dormant and docile every day, but we don't even try to find out what type of resources we have in Africa. So many of us knows that we have so many resources in Africa, but what is happening to our resources? The Europeans are coming, mining them for us, go refine them, produce maybe raw materials from produce something else from the raw materials we gave them. They come back to us and resell it to us. And remember, this thing was in our country. It is insane to just know that we only lack production in our countries to produce our own goods and everything we require. But why do we lack this? Why do we lack production in our country? It is because we have been kept in poverty. It is because we are in a country, or rather we are in a continent that is less developed, has no industries, and we are poor even technologically. But this is for this is done with a reason. They're not doing this just because they don't want to do this. They are doing this so that we are in poverty, so that we are rotting, or rather we are stuck in poverty. It is just insane to think of we are in the richest continent, but we are the poor continent. Think about the Arabic countries. Think about Saudi Arabia. These people literally have nothing. They maybe have, what do they have? They maybe have little, or rather less fuel on their grounds. But what else can they proudly say we have? They don't have anything, but they depend fully on Africa because we have everything. But look at the country. It is a very small country that is developing real quick, just because they know how to take advantage of these black people, just because they can manipulate your docile minds and steal your resources. It is just crazy waking up every day realizing, oh, we have diamond in Kenya, but where are we seeing it even in our economy? Even if we lack production, you would take advantage of at least we have this. How long should I sell this for me to open a production company, for me to open an industry? But who are our leaders again? These are puppets, just heads put somewhere, selected to head a state with orders given from above. And this is why we can never prosper. It is just crazy to think of now Botswana signing a giant diamond deal with the Bears. We know the Bears. Or rather, who are the Bears? Are these African people? Of course not. What are they doing in Africa? They want what you have. They want what you have. They want that gold. Yes, that is what they are doing. That is what they are doing in Africa. But let me get to tell you, I know so many, or rather, we have so many people who are just asking who the Bears are. The Bears is a South African company that is the world's largest producer and distributor of diamonds. Through its many subsidiaries and brands, De Beers participate in most facets of the diamond industry, including mining, trading, and retail. Okay? You know, this is uh another like we saw the gold mafia. This is another that company. This is another company that deals with our minerals by stealing them. They actually steal.
You want to know who the De Beers are, Katie? The De Beers is Oppenheimer. These are the people that came into South Africa 200 years ago with the Rothschilds. They're subsidiary of the Rothschilds of London. Up there with mosquito no good, rotten ass is that. So they are subsidiaries of the Rothschild family, called the De Beers and Oppenheimers. They're the ones who actually run South Africa. They're the ones who put Nelson Mandela in power and keep these other bootlicking Negroes in power in South Africa. They're the ones going into Botswana. They're the ones control the diamond mine, control the diamonds for Europeans when Europe has no diamonds, Katie. Diamonds are only in Africa. And the Africans don't have no wealth from the diamonds, and diamonds are only found in Africa, Katie. Make it make sense.
They can tell you where the diamonds are in every African country.
That is where they are. They once fixed the price. They tell you what it's going to be, what the diamonds are worth, and what they're going to be sold for. And this is African mineral. Make it make sense. So we'll say diamonds controlled by white people that come out of Africa. Cocoa beans are controlled by white people that come out of Africa. Rubber to make your shoes, your tires, come out of Africa, controlled by white people. Cobalt come out of Africa, controlled by white people. Coltan come out of Africa, controlled by white people. Most of the oil in the world comes out of Africa, controlled by white people. Palm oil comes out of Africa, controlled by white people. It's too many reasons. Uranium comes out of Africa, controlled by white people. What's it called? Yellow cake. They call it yellow cake. Uranium and it's the other one. Uranium and something else. But anyway, it comes out of Africa, controlled by white people. So many resources come out of Africa. So well, the African don't control not a goddamn thing. All controlled by Europeans. I sent you I put in the chat because I don't know your TikTok handle. It was one that you said. It was one guy. The Mollies got what you said, Katie. They know what you said. The guy I was watching TikTok. The guy from Mali. It was a Mali guy that said, "We know it's the French that's caused all this damn terrorism and shit." We finally figured out. Every time we try to fix the country, they talking about some terrorism and it's the damn French because that's how they. That guy was so honest. That's how they steal our stuff. That's how they've been stealing. Every time we try to go with a terrorist act, you got the UN. Like he said, the UN comes and helps the French steal all our shit. And then when we go try to kill the terrorists, that they the ones funding, they say, "Oh, the Malians are committing a human rights violation, Katie, by killing the terrorists. They're committing human rights violation." He said, "We know they're in here to steal our shit. The French along with the UN." Africans are starting to finally understand. Okay.
Yes, I've seen so many people on TikTok actually talking out the truth and coming and trying to educate the youth about what is happening. I've seen so many people on TikTok. I'm happy there's that Chinese platform and we are using it very well. I'm just happy with so many Africans who are just coming out and talking the truth to the youth. But
hey, I'm so surprised. That's why I used to be against TikTok. I love that place because I said the African youth. I was like, man, they know what the hell's going on. Go ahead, Katie.
Yes, I was saying it is very sad to see that Botswana is one of the most leading countries in diamond in Africa, but it is rich in diamond. But what happens? Look at its GDP. Look at the economy of the country. It is very poor.
It's very poor. And guess this? And guess what, Katie? Guess who else? Guess what else you got in Botswana, Katie? Guess what else you got there? You got a lot of white people there.
I believe.
got a lot of white people there, Katie. A lot of white people. That's why they
We have the
said,
white
hey,
community. The white
that, you
community.
got, yeah, you got a lot of white people. That's why they said, hey, it's butt fucking for everybody in Botswana, Katie.
Mm.
The people didn't want that. People agreed to homosexuality, but the white people played off their court. Say, hey, it's going to be butt fucking in Botswana. Like, what? That's right, Kate. That's right. Butt fucking for everybody.
It is. It is very crazy, and you'll find that the diamond that they have in their country is added on the GDP of that country. But you'd wonder, why is it that I'm a big producer of a diamond in my country, but I'm still poor? But Africans don't
because you're docile, Katie, and you love. You believe in people dominate, and you worship the people. When you came in, Santa Maria got it right yesterday on her show. When you came in and accepted people's religion, told them you was backwards, all lies. They got the children. It's not your fault. They got the children because like in Kenya and all the older people, they never accepted that Christian shit. They went and got their children to worship them, and their children grew up to teach their children. Their children grew up to teach their children, and all these lies have been put on top of lies. But now you worship them, so you believe they're supposed to be rich and you're supposed to be poor. You believe that. You believe you're supposed to live in poverty. Heaven that don't exist. Sit in a fucked up chair. I'm God. You believe some cracker up in the sky, sitting on a throne.
Keep your breaking.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it is just insanely crazy to see now what is happening with the African countries. Not only diamond, we saw what was happening with the gold, and it is still happening. We don't know for how long it has been happening, or rather, for how long it shall be happening. But at the end of the day, we are on a rich land.
It's been happening ever since you've been colonized, Katie. It's been happening ever since you've been colonized. They didn't come to Africa to help. How somebody poor who don't have shit gonna help you? Europe was poor, Katie. Fuck that. I can't come help you. I don't got shit. I came to Africa's wealthy. You got gold, Katie. You got diamonds. You got cobalt. You got timber. You got rubber. You got cocoa. You got coffee. You got tea.
They have everything.
Yeah. Yes, you do. I came to steal it from you and teach you fake religions and keep you docile, keep you stupid. Not gonna help. It doesn't benefit me to educate your black ass. It doesn't benefit me to develop your countries because them resources need to go to me. So I keep your countries backward. I keep you backward, and it benefits me. It don't benefit me to develop your country. You sit in the richest continent on the planet, but you're the least developed on the planet. Make it make sense. When you had control of your resources, Africa was the most developed back then because you were wealthy. Now, when everybody came and steal your resources, now you've fallen behind of development. There's no benefit for me. Them Asians, but they coming to develop. You out of your mind, that fucked up shit them Asians make, that raggedy ass shit. Not there to develop you, they're there to steal like the Europeans. So, doesn't benefit me to give you good education. That's why you taught lies, don't know who you are. Benefits me to keep you docile, and it benefits me to keep you scared of everything. I'm going to hell. Oh, Allah, gee. You're caught in religious nonsense. You're scared of every goddamn, you're scared of your own goddamn shadow. South the Burner Boy got it right. Africans are scared of every fucking thing. You were made that way. That's 100 years you've been given fear, 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 fear. You're too scared to say, hey, what's going on? I got diamonds, gold, and why the fuck am I broke? Something ain't right. Shit. I can't answer, I'm scared. But no action, but not say nothing. Don't say nothing about the Bible. Don't say nothing about the Quran. Don't ask questions. So you've been made a perpetual child, Katie. You're a moron. You're a child. No, don't ask.
It
You're
is
supposed to
very
question
crazy
everything,
to think
Katie.
of it.
Go ahead.
It is very crazy to think of it. We are living in the most arable lands. We are living in the
Yep.
most richest lands,
You
but
got you
we
got the
don't
you
have
got the richest land, Katie, and you got people starving there. You never had no starvation in Africa.
people
You got
dying
people hungry.
because of hunger. Imagine
Yeah,
people dying because of hunger while we are sitting on the most arable lands on this planet
yep.
Earth.
On
It
the
is just
planet,
crazy.
Katie. And look. She's okay. Just like you said last week, you got these morons going to Ukraine and Russia talking about, oh, it's starvation in Africa. You need to stop the war where you got more fertile lands in Africa, Katie, than you got Ukraine and Russia. Make it make sense, Katie. Make it make sense, Katie.
It is
I'm going to you.
crazy.
My lands are more fucked up than your lands, Katie. I, I got more ways to make. I'm going to your house, Katie. Your house don't have as much fertile land as mine. I got a big old compound of fertile land I can grow shit. I'm going to you, Katie. Why don't you stop fighting with your neighbors so you grow some food and then ship it to me? What are you doing? He's like, hey, Keith, don't you got more fertile land than me? Yes, but I'm stupid. You know that. You know I'm stupid. Go ahead.
It is just crazy. But I see Ansankenan is saying, uh, oh, okay, he's saying diamonds are not rare at all. Dabag manipulates the supply of diamonds.
They
I
do
see,
it. It's not exactly. They're not rare. They're everywhere in Africa. Exactly right. They're not a rare mineral. They're everywhere. They're literally on the. You go to some parts of Africa on the beach. They're everywhere. It's not even rare, but they're only found in Africa. You know, so they manipulate. Say, oh, it's a rare mineral to make the price go higher. And actually, it's not a rare mineral. It's all they're everywhere in Africa. They're every fucking where. Oh, and also that's where platinum comes. Even platinum comes out of Africa. It's everything. Africa's got everything, and the people walking around poor and cast out clothes. Imagine you wear somebody else's underwear and shit, old dead people shit that they send to African secondhand clothes, and you sitting on the richest continent on the planet, and you walking around with old people shit on.
we even produce our own cotton, but we don't even make any clothes. We produce cotton in our countries, but where is this cotton going to? To the Europeans. They are manufacturing clothes
They
and then they give
manufacture.
us the second-hand ones. The
Yeah,
ones we
because
have
that's
already worn.
already
It is
worn.
just
Already
crazy.
worn.
It is
Already
and
worn. Washed.
mhm.
Go ahead, Katie. Go ahead, Katie.
What we lack in Africa is production and industrialization. But why is this?
Of
It is
course.
because it is a plan to make sure that we don't have this, so that we can fully depend on them, on production, so that we can fully depend on
Exactly.
now making us clothes, giving us second-hand clothes. But don't we see this is enough? What, like, how many tons of cotton do you need to sell for you to start your own company, textile industry? It is just
Hold on,
crazy
Katie.
with Africa.
You can, but look, but now, Katie, but hold on. You're threatening me. You're threatening my income. I know you got a resource in Africa. You built manufacturing. What am I going to do, Katie, in Europe and China? What am I going to do? I'm going to go out of business. I'm going to be broke like I used to be. And I'm going to do everything to make sure you stop it. I'm going to put Boko Haram up in there. I'm going to put Al-Shabaab. I'm going to put ISIS, all kind of terrorists. I'm going to start wars. Remember, when Ethiopia didn't have no war, when Ethiopia said, you know what, we're building electric plants so we can have cheap, reliable energy because we're going to start manufacturing. Oh, what? You going to do what? What you going to do? Oh, magically, Katie, there's a war. As the Malik said, magically, Katie, there's a war. in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. Why was no war before I said I was going to try to build manufacturing? Because you know why, nigga. You know why. You ain't manufacturing shit. You better stop it. So if Africa manufactures, Katie, it goes from being poor to wealthy overnight. But it also makes other people what? Impoverished. Europe goes back to being poor like it's always been the whole history of Europe, Katie.
Why are we caring more about them instead of start caring of ourselves? Because we
because
just serve them the cotton. We serve them the cotton.
Because you're scared, Katie, and you don't have confidence in yourself. They destroyed your confidence through colonialism. You believe white people are supposed to be in charge of you. Not you. You know too much. Okay, your parents. Your parents believe white people supposed to be over them. Your parents worship white people, Katie. They're the majority of Africa. You're not. We're not. Your parents are the majority. Ignorant. They worship white people. They believe white people are supposed to rule them. But whenever you worship something that's not you, Katie, it looks like another race. That's what you believe. That's who you worship. That's what you reverence. That's just a fact. That's a psychological fact. You can't.
It is very hard to tell people it is very hard because they have so much, or rather they have other things to care about or rather care for than what you're telling them. They are all thinking about how they will provide for their families, how they will get for tonight, not about that you're going to tell them.
Yeah, so understand. So now understand, Katie. I did not put you in a hand-to-mouth situation. So it's even worse. I put you in poverty now, right? Because this is orchestrated poverty. You need to know that. But you sit in the rich account. So now I orchestrate poverty. Now you can't even think of how to get out of the poverty, Katie, that I set up because you're too busy, like you said, thinking about my next meal. You're not thinking about the minerals you have that I'm stealing and why you're poor. You said, damn, it's all fucked up and poor.
What happens in your country? You're just like, oh, the fuel has gone high. You ranch for 2 days and then you keep quiet.
Exactly, Katie. The Europeans built that system. It's all throughout Africa. That's why you see all African countries impoverished. I put that system in. I made you religious. I made you ignorant. I made you docile and scared. That benefits me. I put my puppets in there. Some of you guys believe they're real presidents. The ones that woke up, you guys know they're puppets. They answer to me. That's why shit don't change in Africa. These niggas answer to me. And they better get to answer, and I'll do what I got to do to their ass. They better make sure that money keeps coming to me. Those diamonds, that gold. You showed that video, Katie. There's a video you showed about 2 months ago when they showed. I think it was during the crown of that goofy big ass king over there. They were showing all the gold that the English royal family had. It's all stolen out of Africa. big old rule of gold. It's all stolen out of Africa.
It is just crazy, but before time goes and we are left with no minute to talk about the main focus of the day, this is about Botswana. And right now, Botswana has gotten into a new deal with the De Beers. And we know De Beers, this is a European mining company, or rather, they call themselves, I think, a production company. And this has been operating in the country for the longest time, but I think we also have other now smaller companies. But what is happening? They have signed a deal that they are claiming it will help production increase from 25% to 50%, of which this is a lie. It is a lie. What do we see this Nini Diamond giving to Botswana?
Hey, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Katie. Let's ask a question. Why can't Botswana mine its own diamonds, Katie? Why would they need a De Beers? Because De Beers said, nigga, you gonna do this. That's what they That's part of the European power structure, Katie. Why won't you do it yourself?
It's just crazy. I
That's like
was
coming
I
to
was
tell me,
talking about the GDP of the country,
uh-huh. What is it? It
and
can't be
the
high.
economy is very bad.
I know.
The
What
economy
what's
of
the
Botswana is very bad.
what's their GDP, Katie? I don't know.
It
What's
is
Botswana's GDP?
let me check. It is 5.9%.
No, what's their what's their GDP per capita year? What's their GDP? How many billions
Annually?
of dollars? Yeah, annually. Yes, ma'am. Annually.
Okay, let me just check. Let me confirm real quick.
I
But
know
as
it's
we
not as big as
continue,
Kenya.
it is just crazy for Africans to be giving out their resources like that, because look at
Katie,
now
oh,
our
Katie,
country.
Katie,
How do we
Katie,
benefit
Katie,
from what we have?
Katie.
We
They don't
don't.
want to give them out. They don't want to give them
Mm.
out, Katie. They're forced to do that. You got no militaries in Africa. They're forced to do that. They don't want. Okay, Katie, imagine. Okay, I'm coming to your house. Let's just use our house scenario again. So, Katie, you got diamonds in your yard. Now, I'm going to help you dig them up. And for 50%, you say, Keith, I don't need no help from you. I can dig up my own shit. Katie, I believe you should let me dig up your diamonds. I had to blow up your house. I think it's beneficial for you to let me have 50% of the diamonds in your yard, Katie. you don't got no way to stop me, Katie, so you're going to take the deal. He said, okay, Keith, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right, Katie.
The
You made a good
GDP of Botswana is
you made a good decision, Katie. You made a good decision for
Mhm.
you and your family.
Good deal. That was a good deal.
Right.
Yes, the GDP of Botswana is at 17.61 billion US dollars.
Yeah.
It is just
Okay, so
crazy.
it's not so it's very, very low. Very, very low. 'Cause I think Kenya's at least 50 billion a year. I think Kenya may be 90 billion by now. I looked at that years ago.
And
What is it?
Botswana is
What
considered
what is
one of the most poorest countries in the world.
Yeah, yeah. With all those diamonds, Katie. Right there.
It is very sad.
Congo is the poorest country. The world got diamonds, gold, cobalt, lithium, got everything. But it don't do nothing for them people because it's all stolen. And you got no real see. Let me tell you what's really hurting Africa, Katie. The Africans don't practice Pan-Africanism. African is like you being a Pan-African. Africans are tribal. That's why they always gonna lose. They give me that tribal dumb shit. That my culture, fuck your culture. Your culture is fucked up. If you don't unite, you moron, you will continue to be dominated by other people. Well, they laugh in your face, talking about your stupid culture that keeps you impoverished. Fuck that. Then, if you unite, then you got to understand we got to build a real military. So you must have, Katie, what's called. You must have HR. You must have research and development, real science. You can't have a bunch of niggas all running around doing religious shit all the time. All you see is niggas in churches in Africa or at the goddamn mosque. You over religiosity and shit. You don't have no research and development where you can build weapons to get these motherfuckers out the continent. Oh, I'm gonna pray to Jesus. I'm gonna pray to Allah. All this fictitious made up ass shit. That's why nothing changes. So until you learn to look at your other African brother like you and Joby understood when you went to Tanzania, these are our brothers, and they treated you like brothers and sisters. Until you learn that, as an African people, you're always gonna be dominated. Until you learn common sense. He said, I'm a Lou, he's a Kikuya, and all that other dumbass shit. Do you know that you are one people and move as such? You're going to be dominated by other people who move as one people. You don't get no cracker running out tomorrow. I'm this kind of cracker. You're that kind of cracker. Whenever they feel threatened, like when the South Africans and the Zimbabweans were trying to get their land back, what did the American cracker do? He said, hey, you niggas better not touch them crackers over there. They didn't say, "Oh, that's not my tribe. That's not my tribe over in Zimbabwe. It's not my tribe in South Africa." They said, "Those are white people, and you niggas better act accordingly." That's what they
Very
said. That's what they do. I don't do all that kooky backward tribal shit. Talking about your fucked
okay.
up culture that don't give you no power. African people must understand power and be. That's why I'm so over the top. You must understand power. You must acquire power. You must get power. Power is how you change everything, Katie. Not your goofy
Very true,
religion,
Kid.
not your goofy culture. Power.
Mhm.
But go ahead,
I
Katie.
agree with you, Kid, but we have to get back to our topic. So we were talking about Botswana, and we were saying that they have gotten into a deal with the De Beers of mining, or rather production and diamond mining of like they say that this is supposed to help country increase the production from 25% to 50%, of which this is crazy because one, Botswana is considered as one of the world poorest countries. So if
Yep.
they have diamond, where is the money going? Where are these diamonds
You,
going?
you,
It doesn't
you
make
know
sense.
what? You already said it does make sense, Katie. You got no power, so it's going in my pocket. I already told you, Katie. I came to your house. You got no power. I got the power. Told you I'm gonna blow your shit up, Katie. You don't give me them diamonds in your backyard. You say, "Well, I'm
What is
practicing
even
Jesus," or
crazier?
Allah. Katie, go ahead.
What is even crazier than that is that they have extended their mining license for 25 years. Imagine they
Yeah,
have given they have given
yeah.
them the diamond for free
That's
for
called
25
that's
years.
called
This is
that's
what is
called
happening.
power. That's called power, Katie. That's why that's called power. Why you think the lake in Kenya and Uganda is called Lake Victoria? Why you think the falls in goddamn Zimbabwe is called Victoria Falls? That's called come in your country and name shit after me. That's called power. And you ain't even changed the names back as you got independence. You too scared to even change the names back to the African names. That's called power, Katie. Why's it called Lake Victoria? There ain't never been no lady called no Lake Victoria that part of Africa. Because I got power. You'll do what you're told to do. Or if you don't, I'm going to come in with some military and pretend it's a terrorist group. You don't got any real military. There's no real military in Africa. Last one you had was in go. Kenya has no real military. It's a goddamn joke. Uganda has no real military. It's a goddamn joke. Nigeria, the biggest country in Africa, has no military. It's a goddamn joke. That's why they can't stop the terrorism in Nigeria. They got people going to the schools and kidnapping girls in fucking Nigeria. You imagine if you had some fucking terrorist group in America kidnapping people, they'd be wiped the fuck out in one goddamn week. You'll be wiped out. What? And no real, you got a military, you got people kidnapping people in a school. You don't got no real military in Africa. It's all goddamn banana republic shit. You refuse to build one because you haven't got the resources. You don't have what I told you, Katie. Research because the white man ain't gonna give you the research and development to beat him. You're gonna have to do it. Research and development, Katie. Research and development. You're gonna have to develop real weapons that can go against this European. That no one wants to do it. The despots ain't gonna do it. That's why, Katie, they had to sign that 25-year deal, Katie, because I got no research and development and I got no real military.
Here
That's
the
why.
time is out, and
Okay.
Asante
I had to,
Sana. Thank you for
well,
joining us. And we
I
need
had
to
to give
get
you,
to power.
I had to give you the truth, Katie. You got to know. You can say why?
Yes,
Why are they
we
doing
don't
it?
have
Why?
power. We
Because you don't got
yes,
no. You had no. That's right. You got no power. Got no real military.
we're
No
working
one
for
gives a.
power.
No one gives
We're
a shit
working
what you
towards
say.
acquiring power.
You're gonna have to, because nobody gives a shit about your crying. Why they treat us
True.
bad? Why they don't give us our resources? They tell you, shut up, nigga, and give me your shit. Much
Jerome
love,
Scuto
family.
just said that Kenya has a Joby and her stones. Oh my God.
Joby ain't enough. Joby ain't enough with her goddamn stones.
Hey! But anyway, family, much love. Asanteni
What's
sana.
up?
Please make sure you
What's
join
up,
us on
family?
to Bonge, Ansan Kenwan, General Mosquito, Kay Williams, and to the rest of the silent listeners. Asanteni sana. Thank you for joining us. Please make sure before you leave, you smash the like button. And make sure if you just join us, you watch a replay of this. Kwaherini, have an enjoyable rest part of your day,
We
but don't
promoting
forget.
Katie as the new commanding general of Kenya. God damn it, get to work, Katie. Start building a real military. Much love. And
Yeah,
then you
of
won't,
course.
then you won't be signing no 25-year deals that don't benefit you. Much love.
Much love.
Greetings and salutations, Master News Andrew Robinson, all the way in Switzerland. And you're tuning into the Black House Fire Radio. And you're listening to the African Diary Show with Massive.
Because my peace, then I take my leave. If you don't be money, then I disturb me, please. Because my peace, that's some expensive shit. Oh. If you don't be money, then I could take me, please. It is what it is. My